Good evening. I just get something. I'm up with my friend Eamon here in Palmerstown. I rang him there when I went home. I got mass, but I'll talk about that later. I'm going to ring now. Sweetheart of Jesus, make us pure and simple, and teach us how to do thy blessed will, to follow close the print of thy dear footsteps. And when we fall, sweetheart, oh, love us still. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore. Oh, make us love thee more and more. Sweetheart of Jesus. Sweetheart of Jesus, fount of love and mercy, today we come, thy blessing to implore. Oh, touch our hearts, so cold and so ungrateful, and make us love thee more and more each day. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore. Oh, make us love thee more and more. Sweetheart of Jesus, make us pure and gentle, and teach us how to do thy blessed will, to follow close the print of thy dear footsteps. And when we fall, sweetheart, oh, love us still. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore. Oh, make us love thee more and more. That's lovely. Now we'll just leave it at that as regards the hymns. I put in the plural, but let's talk. Well, I was at a conference yesterday. I think I mentioned it this morning in the Lucas Spa Hotel. It was a very good conference. There's a lot to be learned at it. You hear the word of God preached and spoken about, and the state of things the way they are. What they call in the state of chassis. This is how important that the Christian TV Ireland project that we get it established as a TV station, because it's not been the Catholic faith is not being defended properly by the bishops. Only some priests are doing a good job, but there's so much to be said. The sacrament of confession, we don't hear it preached at all. And the necessity for that great sacrament to receive Holy Communion in a state of grace. So much to be done. But anyway, I was expecting to get mass. I left the hotel there, and before I went, I had did a video and I did the state. I sent the Station of the Cross, and offered up my intentions for that. And then I did when I was finished with that. I was down the car and I did a couple of decades of the Rosary in the car to get it warm because it was cool enough. And then I drove down towards Mullingar. I went off the road at Kilcock because I could see if there was mass in, say, Clonard, which is a lovely church, and with the 12 Irish apostles there, St. Finian. Beautiful. But I saw no car, so there was no mass. So then I went to Kinnegad. Oh no, before that I stopped in Enfield and got some groceries because I was away for 3 days, and my lights were out. I'd been staying with my friend Eamon when I'm back again because, anyway, I got mass 12 o'clock actually in St. Paul's in Mullingar, just on the way in. I saw people coming out, so I went up and it was 12 o'clock mass, which was grand. A Killygarda thought it was 11:30 mass, but the church wasn't even open. And I asked two individuals, but sure, they must never go to mass. They didn't seem to know anything about it. So it was 12 o'clock mass, I believe. But you'd think the church would be open or there'd be some sign outside to tell you that. There wasn't. As a matter of fact, when I got home, I thought, well, I was going to dine out and all the rest, but I said I better get home to see what way the story is with the lights. God, they were still off. And I got some extra things together that I had come away without, and a couple of shirts and one thing and another. And so the lights were out, and then I visited my neighbour Bernie, her next door, and she told me that her lights were still out, and that she had seen a big flash at Oliver Flood's house. Like why it was such there, and it could have been dangerous. You could be electrocuted. And she reported, and the electricity crowd were very glad that she did. But apparently some crowd come from the ESB on Saturday, and the equipment they had was too big for the job that was required to be done. So they didn't come back today with the proper equipment. I mean, they'd want to be working 7 days a week. I mean, my lights are out now since Thursday at about 3 o'clock. When they were on, their own fault, I think. The ESB were working in a place called Booties, a mile or so from where I live. So my system must be on that system, even though the ESB substation is just over the road from where I am, quite near me. So normally my lights never go out. But anyway, they went out just out of the blue, because of some negligence that they did. And so my neighbour was told that it might be on at 12 o'clock or 10 o'clock tonight. I said, and she said she wouldn't believe it. Well, I said, I wouldn't either. And they'll ring you probably say, no, it'll be on. So you're wasting your time. You'll know soon enough when they come on. And so I got her phone number, and she has my phone number already, and to let me know when it's on, because you can go into the town, so you'll have phone coverage on your mobile phone. If the lights were out all over the place, so they're on everywhere else except her and me and probably Flood, and maybe one or two more in the general area, but they're on everywhere else. So this was most annoying. So when I gathered a few things, I left, and then I went towards Clonard. I didn't go on the Jude motorway like which I normally would. And I rang my friend Eamon from Clonard, and he was able to answer. He was having a walk in the park. So I told him the story, so he was most welcome to come. And thanks be to God for that, because I'd have to go somewhere. It was hotel or whatever it was. I wasn't going to stick another night without light. I mean, it's something that you lose faith in the system when that kind of thing happens, and there's no information to say when it'll be back. They're not able to do what's required for people, as far as and people in the West are still out of it and mightn't be on it for another fortnight, and they're only living in one room, and children are getting sick. You need a bit of fresh air and all the rest of it. So the whole thing is a disaster. And there's crews from other countries, Norway, about 4 or 5 countries that we're from, helping out. Like Norway is a fairly tough country with the weather they have, but I think their electric stuff is underground, because if they were like ours overground, they'd be have nothing but blackouts. They'd want to sort of start waking it up here to know what to do. I mean, all these poles are not a great idea, because there's trees and they fall down. The trees need to have been cut down altogether where there's electric wires. But I can see that there's quite a few electric wires where there's trees, and they're very shaky looking trees. They look as if they're nearly ready to fall anyway, that type of way. So you lose faith when you see that this kind of inefficiency, and you wonder what sort of a system we have installed that it's so that people suffer so much because when you haven't got power, your food is gone. I have a deep freeze now, not a big one, but big enough out in the sun house out in the shed, and I'm able to have stuff there. But I mean, it won't. That won't be fit to be used. And my neighbour Bernie told me that the government has allowed 160. Now it wouldn't cover what's in the deep freeze or what's in the freezer, in the fridge, in the kitchen. So there's a waste of good food. It's more or less terrible, So there we are. So that's the story, and it's not what I call good news. But we have the lucky enough I have here, so I'm able to just continue and do the best I can. But you like to be at home and you have your things that you know what you're at. I'm lucky to have such a good friend as Eamon that we're pretty well, I'm pretty well, but I don't want to be imposing like this. So bye now, and we'll do our videos in the morning. I have my Bible, I got that back, so I'll be able to do things normally. Bye now, and enjoy the rest of your evening if you have electricity. Those of you that haven't, just offer it up for the Holy Souls or something. It's the best way to do it. I'm trying to do it like that. Bye now.